What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to AmbitionZ VapeR. Today we're going to be looking at Cthulhu Mod's GAIA RDTA. Let's take a look at it. So the GAIA RDTA was sent to me from Cthulhu Mods for the purpose of this review. Thank you very much. It will not change my opinion. Well, this is a dual coil 24 millimeter in diameter RDTA. Very unique and innovative. It's got bottom airflow and side airflow. It's squonk ready. You can squonk with it. It comes with a squonking 510 pin, and you can also use it as a normal RDTA, which I am using because I do not have a squonk device that goes in high enough wattage, because nobody has made a great squonking device yet. What we're going to do in this review, guys, is we're definitely going to dive down. I'm going to show it to you, put a build in it, give you all the specifications, show you how I wick it, the best, easiest way to get it wicking efficiently, okay? Then when I come back up, we're going to vape on it, talk on it, pros and cons, final thoughts. If a mugger stole my book bag and this was in it, would I go out and buy it? Again, let you know how much it is, where you can find it, and we'll wrap it up like usual, guys. So let's dive down. Let's check out the GAIA RDTA by Cthulhu Mods. This is the package that's going to come in, guys. This is a very nice package, man. Just gorgeous. I think it comes packaged very nicely. It's got a little wooden inlet to hold the top on. If you guys are interested in this, it's kind of hard to read. I wish this was in white. Squonk friendly. Okay, you can squonk with this. Very nice packaging, guys, I must say. Okay, pull that. You're gonna pop the top. You get your RDTA, additional glass piece. Okay, you get a bag of goodies with an Allen key, some additional grub screws, a 510 adapter, and you also get an additional 510, and that is the squonking 510. Okay, you also get a Phillips head screw in there as well. And it comes in a nice felt. I mean, it's very classy. I love the package. It's also going to let you know the color that you have. I have stainless steel, so it's a shiny silver sticker. Here is the RDTA. Very nice looking. It has an Ultim chuff top on it. Okay. It has bottom airflow and side airflow. Holds 2 ml of e-liquid. You can squonk into here, which is awesome. It weighs 36 grams in weight. It's 24 millimeters in diameter. It's 40 millimeters in height. So they took a lot of inspirations from different products. So it uses peak insulator. Okay, my number is 970. It says GAIA RDTA. Peak insulator. It does have a protruding 510 stainless steel pin. Beautiful threads. Okay, nice Ultim drip tip in there. Okay, or chuff top. That's going to be 10 millimeters in diameter. It has bottom airflow, and if you turn this, you can open up side airflow. Alright, you can keep going. Okay, that's how that works. Actually pops off. Very nice inside, very clean. This is like a goon. It reminds me of the goon top cap, like the AFC ring. It's flat here. You know, it has the threads, it has the O-ring, the airflow, and then it has the conical design in there. So it does remind me of the goon LP for sure. Alright, you can take that off as well. Bottom and side airflow, very nice. You want to lube up that O-ring, and then it's a lot more smoother to put on. Threads really get nice and smooth. Here's the deck, alright? Velocity style deck. raised airflow, so there's no real leaking. You can't really get any leaking. You're going to fill it via right down the middle there, or you can squonk with the squonk pin up to those holes. You see that hole there? See those two holes in there? That's where it's going to squonk up the 510 into those to fill up the tank. Okay, you got an O-ring on here. They are Philip. They're Allen key grub screws. Good airflow. That's why that block's there for you if you want to close off the bottom airflow. Get to the tank, you don't have to take off the 510. You can take off the bottom. Beautiful threads. Very nice and clean. And then you got the 4 holes for the cotton. Nice threads on the 510. You got an O-ring there as well. That's where it's going to fill through those 2 holes there. All you do with the squonk's the same thing. You just screw it in. Okay? You screw it into there and then you can squonk. That's why it's hollow. There's peak insulator in there as well. That's how the squonk would work. You just unthread that, rethread the squonk in just like I did it with the squonk, and you're good to go. Alright? It's probably good to take off the tank in this to get the cotton through. That's the way I like to do it. I don't see too many other people do it that way. Like I'm going to take my Tenderfoots. This is a Tenderfoots with my logo on it. Grub screws and threads on the post holes are like butter. These are so smooth. I gotta say, these are probably the best threads I have ever used on anything. These are smooth, buttery smooth grub screws and threads in the post holes. Very nice and clean, guys. In this build tutorial, I'm going to be using some GM coils. Medium fuse Claptons, 26 gauge Canthal, 38 gauge Nichrome AN86 wraps, 0.2 ohms for a dual coil from GM Coils, made in Canada. You can find them on Instagram and gmcoils.com. I'll put all those links in the description for you guys like usual. These are what the coils look like. Really, really nice coils, I must say. Yeah, that's perfect. Macaroon Man, Huckleberry Lemon. This is from Vape Breakfast Classics, bro. 80/20, 03 and 6. This stuff is fucking phenomenal. Now Now I'm trying to fill it. I had to get another unicorn bottle. That's, if you're not squonking, it is not easy to fill because, watch, I'm squeezing it slowly. Where is it? Is it on this side? Yeah, it's on this side. See? See that bubble? It's really not easy to fill this. I don't know why they didn't make this bigger. See that? You're not squonking. I took these and I just stuck them in the corner to let the air, you know, because there's a hole right here. I'm putting it in there, and there's also a little hole right here to let the air escape, but they're not big enough. Even when I do that, see the water moving on see the liquid moving over here, and that's how it looks, man. Let's go back up top. Let's vape on this bad boy. Pros and cons, final thoughts. I'm not gonna stole my book bag when I go and buy it. All that good stuff. See you guys in a minute. And AmbitionZ, how do you feel about this bad boy? Well, let me tell you, man. I gotta tell you guys, this is my favorite RDTA, hands down. Hands effing down. This is most definitely my favorite RDTA. And I'm gonna give you the reasons why after I give you a couple cons to this RDTA, okay? There's two cons to it, really. Con number one is the fill port to fill it when you're not squonking, all right? A lot of people that like RDTAs like this, and you put a nice dual coil sub-ohm build, you know, squonkings, they haven't come out with good squonkers yet that go over 100 watts. At least I don't have any, and I don't know of any, all right? So I can't squonk with this. I have to use it the normal way. And the fill port that's on the velocity deck that goes down into it is way too small. You have to use unicorn bottles, okay? And they have two little holes that I showed you down low that lets air escape from the tank. Those holes are super small. When I fill it, it takes a little bit of time to fill it. But when I do fill it, it does squirt out on the sides of the velocity style deck. Not enough air being able to escape from the bottom because the wicking holes are too small. That's the other con to this, is the wicking holes. They're just way too small. So those are really my only two cons with this RDTA, is the fill port and the wicking channels. They're small. If they made bigger holes to let the air escape, the wicking channels probably wouldn't be that big of a deal. If they made the fill port on this bigger, probably wouldn't be that big of a deal. They should make it kind of beveled out, so in a little bit thicker of a diameter, so you can use a glass dropper and then anything smaller than that. All right, the best way to use this is probably with a blunt tip needle or a unicorn bottle. But when you use the unicorn bottle, you want to make sure you stuff it in there and you want to squeeze, you know? But you also want to be vigilant and make sure that the e-liquid's not coming out of the top of the deck. Pros. Let's go over the pros. I love the Ultim drip tip, chuff top. I think it makes it look very nice. I think it is great for heat dissipation. Some people don't like the Ultim. I'm starting to really dig the Ultim. So that's going to be a pro. The threads on this is buttery smooth. Every thread on this is butter. I mean, I'm talking fucking butter. All right, I'm going to give the machining on this a straight up 9.5 out of 10. Thing is effing spotless, phenomenal, and the threads are great. Now the O-rings are a little bit when they're dry, but once you lube up the O-rings, they're buttery. They're fucking buttery. So, excuse my French, that's going to be another pro. All right, I've been really excited to do this. This jumped the queue, okay? This RDTA jumped the queue. It had to jump the queue, all right? It holds 2 mLs of e-liquid. That's cool. It does go through e-liquid pretty quick. So, you know, it is what it is, man. You know, I don't understand why they didn't just make a 4 ml tank. I mean, it's on the bottom of the deck. So you'd have the same performance, you just have more e-liquid. But they made it squonk ready. So people that like squonking, you can be able to do squonking on this. But for a dual coil, you know, a 60, 70 watt, 75 watt device, not enough. I need a 150 watt device that squonks. Or something like this that squonks. You know, they can make something like this and have 2 batteries and just have the third spot open for the squonk. And then have a little hole right here. I don't know why people don't make it. Don't worry, guys. I'm in the process of making one for you. You don't have to take out the 510 to take off the bottom part of the deck. It threads off. The threads are butter. Pro. Really good pro. It's very easy to take the top cap off. Get to the deck, do whatever you got to do, and then you pop the bad boy back on. And the O-rings aren't the best on this. They use those Clay O-rings. Cthulhu mods, you really got to get rid of them. They work well, but they're kind of, and they're cheap O-rings. I do not like the O-rings you use, guys. Please, get some black O-rings. Please, get rid of these Clay O-rings. These things suck. I said the O-rings are great, and then I said the O-rings suck. I know I'm kind of contradicting myself, but it works good, but I just don't like the clear O-rings, all right? Once they're lubed up, they're all right. They're smooth, but get rid of the clear O-rings, please. I'm going to retract my comment from the O-rings. The O-rings do their job, but get rid of the clear O-rings, all right? It reminds me of like a Goon LP with their own style on it because of the top cap. It looks just like the Goon LP. It comes up, the threads are on top, the O-rings in the same exact spot. It conicals up and then it flattens out. I don't have issues like the Goon LP, but it reminds me of the Goon LP. So I think for the form factor, pro, and the way this thing vapes is a huge pro. You can adjust the bottom airflow by just turning that over, and you could cut down the bottom airflow. I like the bottom airflow wide open, okay? And then I just have a smidge of the side airflow. Nice, restrictive, but yet airy draw. And let's have a vape on it, dude. All right, I get it at 100 watts. It's a 0.23 ohm build. I have it on the VT250 by H Cigar, one of my favorite box mods. Let's have a effing vape. I got Macaroon Man in there. It's an 80-20 VGPG ratio. Huckleberry Lemon. This stuff is phenomenal. I love this stuff. It's an all-day vape. It's made by Vape Breakfast Classics. The ones that brought you Pancake Man. The ones that brought you French Dude. The ones that brought you Granny's Pie. All right? I love all the e-liquids except that the last one they did, Blintz, Mr. Blintz. That shit was gross. But Macaroon Man, this stuff is phenomenal. I'll put a link in the description where you can find this at High Society Supply. I also have some GM coils in here. My boy that has the GM coils, man. These coils are awesome as well. This is a great combination. I think it's because of the combination that I have with it, like the coils. I have Kendo Vape Cotton in there. I got a great Huckleberry Lemon e-liquid in there by one of my favorites, plus the combination of the RDTA. Like the combination that I have in this, guys, if you do this combination specifically, your own e-liquid, of course, but you're going to friggin' enjoy it. You're really going to enjoy it, guys. Now let's talk about vapor production and flavor on this. Vapor production is pretty damn good, all right? You can get it airy. You can most definitely get a nice airy vape on this, but you can get it nice and restrictive as well. You can't get a mouth to lung, but you can get a very, very nice middle of the road, decent vapor, great flavor type of vape on this. Vape production is really, really nice. Flavor on this, dude. Guys, this is my favorite RDTA, period. Hands down, my favorite RDTA. It kills all of them. It puts them all to shame. I was super surprised. That's why I had to jump the queue. I love this thing. I am in love with this RDTA. I usually don't like RDTAs. I'm usually an RDA type of person, even though they're kind of similar, but I love RDAs more because RDAs have better flavor, conical designs. It's just one of those things. I don't know. They just don't vape like RDAs. This thing vapes like an RDA, like identical to an RDA. This is my favorite RDTA, period. I'm going to have to buy another one, another color. I think it comes in stainless steel and maybe black. The flavor is A+. This has got RDA flavor. This is up there with the Apocalypse flavor, with the Goon flavor. This is up there, man. I'm not trying to say it's identical to those, but this is the best flavor on an RDTA that I've had. I got this in the mail. It looked nice, you know, and I put a build in it, and I was blown away, dude. Just totally blown away. There's so many pros to it. I love it. This thing gets 2 stamps of approval from AmbitionZ Vape. It's double stamped, approved by me. I highly recommend this thing, guys. I personally highly recommend this RDTA. And the airflow is raised from where the cotton is, so it doesn't leak. This thing doesn't leak out of the bottom airflow, the side airflow. It does not leak. No condensation. I love it. I love it. And it comes with a 510 adapter. That's going to be another pro. Additional glass, plenty of goodies, a squonking pin. I forgot to mention that. That's a huge pro. You like to squonk? Go ahead. Now, it would be nice for you single coil lovers out there if they had a block to block off one side and maybe make it on a version 2 to have it so you can do single coil options. That would probably be a good idea. But I love dual coils. I personally do not care about the single coil. I'm all about the duals. And this thing is phenomenal. I forgot about the grub screws on this, man. The grub screws are buttery smooth. I've never seen grub screws so buttery smooth. I don't know what it is. When you back it out, it doesn't make one noise. You don't feel like it rubbing against metal. It is the smoothest threads and grub screws I have ever come across in this, man. Cthulhu Mods, you guys did a fucking phenomenal job. Phenomenal fucking job on this thing, man. Right? If a mugger stole my book bag and I was on a train and this was in it, I don't gotta tell you. I'm gonna go out. If they stole it, I would go and buy 2. Okay? That's how much I like this thing, dude. I need to go buy another one. Now, they have pre-orders going on their website right now. You can follow at CthulhuMods.com, link on screen and description. That's what's up from that, so you can find it. Now, they have a pre-order going on their website right now. Guess how much this fucker is? Excuse my French, but guess how much this thing is, man? $17.99. $17.99? 18 bucks? Are you effing kidding me? It's half price right now because of the pre-order. So if you pre-order it right now, I'm not exactly sure when that's going to end, but if you go on their website, I'll put a link in the description to the pre-order. $17.99, half off. So roughly this thing's going to be about 35 bucks on a normal price. That's a great price point for it anyways. That's what I got for you today, Scott. I hope you found the video helpful or informative. If you did, you know what to do. Content daily, 1080p, 60 frames a second. Don't waste your bandwidth not being subscribed to the channel. Remember, Scott, stay juiced up, okay? Smoking is gone. Vaping is on. Let's vape on, guys.